No one really sits you down and tells you this. Life after 80 can hit you like a sudden storm. Even those who were once the rock for everyone else find themselves navigating unfamiliar waters. Today, we're uncovering 5 hard truths about getting older that aren't written in your doctor's notes or retirement brochures. These aren't just the obvious aches and wrinkles. They're quieter shifts. How people start looking through you instead of at you. How your sense of time gets strange and slippery. How old memories seem to sharpen and soften all at once. Some of these might already be tugging at the edges of your heart without you realizing it. Others could catch you completely off guard. Either way, recognizing these changes can help you hold on to your dignity, your purpose, and even discover a new kind of strength you didn't know you had. Stick with us, because while aging can be tough, understanding what's happening can make all the difference. Let's get into it. Number 1, the quiet collapse of your social circle. One of the first changes that creeps in after you turn 80 is how much smaller your world of connections becomes. Sure, the occasional call still comes in, and a visitor might still show up now and then, but it's impossible not to notice the difference. What used to feel effortless, dinners, chats, dropping by, now feels distant, even a little fragile. Friends relocate, health fades, loved ones pass on. Family gets pulled deeper into the busyness of their own lives, and without meaning to, you find more of your days spent in silence instead of conversation. This isn't about resentment, it's about reality. After 80, no one really talks about how much work it takes to keep relationships alive. You feel it in the missed invitations, the longer gaps between visits, the way time stretches out around you. Even if you've always valued your independence, the quiet has a way of pressing in. You might catch yourself replaying old memories, not just for nostalgia's sake, but to keep the people you miss a little closer. The jokes you shared, the routines you barely noticed before. Now they shine like rare treasures. And if you're feeling the weight of that shift, know this, it's not weakness. It's not even classic loneliness. It's a new kind of adjustment that almost everyone encounters, but few are ready for. That's why holding on to even 1 or 2 deep connections, and most importantly, staying connected to your own story, becomes not just comforting, but essential. Because when the noise of the crowd fades, the meaning in a few true bonds becomes everything. Number 2, when little health problems don't stay little anymore. One of the realities that sneaks up on you after 80 is how quickly small health issues can spiral into big ones. A simple cold hangs around longer than you'd expect. A bruise that once faded in a few days now lingers for weeks. A small stumble you used to laugh off might now mean days in bed, physical therapy, or even a trip to the hospital. It's not just about getting slower. It's that your body's ability to bounce back becomes less certain. The margin for error shrinks. Missing a meal, forgetting to hydrate, even pushing yourself a little too hard can knock everything off balance. You might still feel strong, and in many ways, you are, but your resilience doesn't work quietly in the background anymore. Now, it needs your attention, your patience, your care. And here's the tough part. Most people around you don't really talk about this shift. They might brush it off as just normal aging, but you can feel the deeper difference. You notice how each recovery asks more from you. You notice how tired hangs on a little longer. And if you've always been tough, independent, the kind of person who just powers through, this change can feel frustrating, even unfair. But recognizing it is actually your advantage. When you tune into your body's new rhythms, you can take smarter steps, slowing down without giving up, caring for yourself without shame. It's not about fighting harder. It's about protecting what you still have and treating it like the treasure it is. Sometimes real strength means letting yourself rest. If you're still with me, type number 2 in the comments and let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss more videos like this. Let's keep going. Number 3, the slow fade of being truly seen in social spaces. One of the harder truths about life after 80 is how easily you can start to feel invisible. Not because people are unkind, but because of a quiet shift in the way the world moves. You step into a room, and the atmosphere doesn't ripple the way it once did. You speak, and sometimes you're talked over, not intentionally, but as if your words have lost urgency. You find yourself waiting a little longer to be heard, repeating yourself more often, feeling like you're blending into the background, even in your own family gatherings. It's more than just being overlooked. It's a slow erosion of presence in a society that moves faster and worships youth louder than ever. And hardly anyone warns you about it. It can feel as if people see your years before they see you, as if the wisdom, the hard-won experiences, the life lessons you carry are somehow less important now. You've lived through decades of change, heartbreak, triumph, and yet sometimes your voice feels muted. This shift can stir up all kinds of emotions: sadness, frustration, even a quiet ache you can't easily name. But recognizing it for what it is gives you power. It's not about your worth. It's about a culture that forgets to honor it. You are not invisible. Your voice matters. Your memories, your jokes, your perspective still hold weight. And the ones who take the time to really see you, they're out there. They just might need you to speak a little louder, stand a little prouder. So don't pull back. Don't shrink yourself. Keep telling your stories. Keep showing up with all your heart. You're not just a witness to history. You are history. And you carry a kind of strength that only time can give. Number 4, when your daily world starts to shrink. One of the most difficult parts of life after 80 isn't just what changes inside you. It's what quietly slips away around you. The places, faces, and routines that once filled your days start to thin out. Not suddenly, but little by little. You might find yourself staying in more, not because you've lost a desire, but because everything feels a bit farther, a bit harder to reach. Friends who used to pop and move away get sick or leave this world. Neighborhoods change. Favorite coffee shops and corner stores close down. Your world doesn't crash. It just slowly, almost gently, pulls inward. And that comes with its own kind of grief. At first, the extra quiet feels harmless, almost peaceful. But over time, it grows heavier. Even the most fiercely independent people can feel the disorientation of watching their world become smaller. The important thing to understand is this: feeling that sadness isn't weakness, it's love. It's the mark of a life deeply lived and deeply felt. But here's something else. Even as the outer world contracts, a new world can still open up. It might not be wide and busy, but it can be rich and full. You can find it in a heartfelt conversation, a new friend, a deeper connection with someone younger, or in telling your story in a way you never have before. Your life doesn't have to stretch far to stretch deep. A single call, a short walk, an online group, it all counts. Your world isn't ending. It's changing, and there's still plenty of room for laughter, love, and meaning. If you're still here with me, type number 4 in the comments so I know you're along for this journey. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Your support helps us keep making videos that inspire and connect. Let's keep going. Number 5, when your own body becomes unpredictable. After 80, one of the toughest adjustments is learning to live with a body that doesn't always follow your lead. Some mornings you wake up feeling steady, clear, ready to take on the day. Other times, without warning, you're slower, stiffer, maybe even a little foggy, and you can't quite figure out why. It's not just the inconvenience that stings, it's the sense of betrayal. This body has carried you for decades. You've trusted it through everything, and now it's changing the rules without warning. Maybe you plan a simple walk, only to find yourself too drained to go. Maybe bending down to tie a shoe reminds you that getting back up isn't so simple anymore. Maybe your hands fumble a cup, or a wave of dizziness shows up and disappears before you can explain it. What's even harder is that these unpredictable moments don't just mess with your schedule. They chip away at your confidence. You start second-guessing outings, hesitating before saying yes. Not because you don't want to live fully, but because you can't always trust how your body will behave. And that hesitation can feel like losing a little piece of your freedom. But here's the real truth. While your body may not be as consistent, your mindset can be. Flexibility becomes your greatest ally. Adaptability becomes your superpower. You learn to prepare for the unexpected, to rest without guilt, to listen to what your body needs today, not yesterday, not 10 years ago. You talk with your doctors, You pace yourself, you treat your strength like the precious resource it is. Because knowledge, attention, and grace, those are the tools that keep you strong even when the ground shifts under you. Your body may be less predictable now, but you, with all your wisdom and experience, are still firmly in charge. If you're still here, drop a number 5 in the comments to let me know you're with me. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Your support makes a real difference. Let's keep moving forward together. Final thoughts. We've just explored 5 tough realities that often emerge after the age of 80. Each one unexpected in its own way, and each capable of shifting how we experience the world. From the quiet fading of once close connections to the physical unpredictability that creeps in without warning, these changes have a way of catching us off guard. But here's the real truth. Acknowledging these shifts isn't about surrendering to decline. It's about facing life head-on with open eyes, so you can live more fully, more wisely, and with greater freedom. What resonated with you the most? Which of these 5 changes have you noticed in your own life, or perhaps in someone close to you? We'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments one insight you took away from today's video and how you plan to apply it in your own life. Whether it's letting go of guilt, reaching out to a friend you've lost touch with, or simply showing more kindness to your body, your story might just be the one that inspires someone else. Because in the end, aging doesn't mean losing your worth. It means gaining depth. And by facing these realities together, we not only strengthen ourselves, but each other. Thank you for being here with us today. Your thoughts and reflections are incredibly valuable to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments motivates and encourages us to keep going. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.